Have you ever hit a point in your journey where your progress just stalls or you completely get stuck altogether? Well, this week, that's exactly where I found myself on my carnivore diet journey. And you know what? It's frustrating, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. In fact, sometimes stalls and being stuck is exactly what we need to spark real and lasting change. Hi, I'm Susan, and I've been on my carnivore journey for 9 weeks now. And this is actually the first week where I haven't lost at least a pound. In this video, I'm going to talk about what happens when you hit a stall or you get stuck and how that can actually lead to true breakthrough. So stay tuned. Trust me, I know how frustrating it can be when you're putting all the effort in and you're just not seeing the results that you want. Have you ever felt that way? I know I sure have in more areas of my life than I care to admit. If you have, why don't you drop it down in the comments and let me know maybe what it is that you're facing right now where you're stalled or you're stuck and you just don't know how to move forward to get the results that you're after. I want to turn this video into an opportunity to talk about those areas of our life where we get stuck and what we can do to actually have a breakthrough. So let's take a look at my progress or lack thereof for the week. So for week 9, I think I actually went backwards a little bit. This week I literally walked 2 days out of the week. So that's the first time that's happened out of this 10-week or this 9-week process. And that in and of itself was frustrating. And I started to see myself fall into the same old pattern of getting depressed about it, beating myself up about it, and letting it stop me. Letting that one small, insignificant setback or lack of progress kind of just take me out of the game. You know, this idea of being stuck isn't just affecting my mindset in my diet journey, right? But it's also happening in another crucial area of my life, which is reselling. It's also affecting my YouTube growth. I started a series on monetizing this YouTube channel, and I got stuck after the second or third video and got way out of integrity. I haven't posted another video in that series for probably 7 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. But to be honest, I've been stuck and actually going backwards in my progress with my business. And it's really taking a toll, both emotionally, but mainly financially. I know that this doesn't have anything to do with carnivore, but there's a correlation here that I think is important that I want to share. So yesterday was the end of my 9 weeks on the carnivore journey, and it was actually my 62nd birthday. And I was having a little bit of a pity party. You know, clearly I got on the scale yesterday, it hadn't moved. I was stuck at the 197. So I guess you could say it moved 0.2 tenths of a whatever, because the week before I was 197.2 and yesterday I was 197. The reason that was frustrating for me was that once again, I had dropped down to 196 earlier in the week and then jumped way back up to like 198 and then 200. I saw that dreaded 2 back on the scale and I'm just like, WTF? You know, why does this keep happening? And it caused me to do a lot of reflecting yesterday. And so some things started popping up that I want to share. And this is all going to tie together if you'll just stick with me. I promise it'll be worth it. If you have ever dealt with being stuck or stalling or procrastinating or just getting in your own way, self-sabotage, imposter syndrome, wrap it all up in one, right? If you have ever dealt with any of those things, you're gonna want to stick around, because what I learned out of this week has prompted me to completely rebrand my channel and create a new series, which is going to be the first in clearly what's many series to come, I imagine. So as you know, this series, which is my carnivore diet journey, is a challenge, right? I'm using the carnivore diet as a challenge to improve my health, lose weight, etc. Over the course of my life, I have found that challenges are what push me forward and cause me to have breakthroughs. When I hit a wall or I face a stall, if you will, that means that something's not working and I have to do something different. And so yesterday, realizing, okay, you know what? I've been doing this carnivore journey my way. I'm not doing strict carnivore, which is, you know, steak and water and salt, or beef, water and salt, I should say, meat, right? Animal-based meat, water and salt, which is the lion's diet, which if I was doing a true elimination diet is what I would do to get my body to that optimal state. And then I can start adding back in things such as spices, coffee, things like that. I haven't been cheating per se, right, with doing animal-based, which means that I have my coffee in the morning, but I add heavy cream. I also use sweeteners, artificial sweeteners like stevia, in the form of hazelnut flavoring in my coffee, as well as cheese on my hamburgers, and of course butter, right? Everything is drenched in butter. But having Hashimotos hypothyroid, dairy might just be a problem for me, which is one of the things that my doctor told me I should probably try to limit, but I have not. In fact, I probably doubled down on the heavy cream because I think, oh, it's only 2 tablespoons per cup of coffee. What's the big deal? And my cups of coffee are like 20 ounces, right? They're not 8-ounce cups of coffee. And so in having this realization, I had to take a look at all of the areas in my life because let's face it, as you know, I got laid off in April. I just turned 62, so technically I could retire. But if I was to retire today, I would only get about less than $1,300 a month. I think it's like $1,200 and change. You can't survive on that. I know I can't. I mean, currently I'm earning unemployment, which will run out literally the week of Christmas. I'm either gonna have to really double down and try to find another job, which I just don't wanna do, y'all. I'm 62, I don't wanna start over. I would rather pour all of that energy into my own business, if you will, which for me is reselling and YouTube. Those are the 2 areas of my life that I'm super passionate about. And when I say YouTube, it's sharing my journey with others in hopes that I can help others who may be dealing with the same things I'm dealing with. So for example, in reselling, and I promise I'm going to tie this all back together, so please just hang in there. In reselling, and specifically my roadblock, in reselling, it is not uncommon for resellers that are trying to start this as a business out of their home end up with what resellers lovingly term our death pile. Well, I'm here to not make it so pretty. It's a hoard, y'all. And for most of us, that's what it is. And that's what it becomes. Where your inventory, right, which is unlisted, therefore not making you money, at that point, it's simply an investment and a cost that is not, it's just not producing anything because you're not listing it. Or you're not listing it as fast as you're buying it. So it becomes a problem. Well, that's where I am. Now, how does this all relate back to carnivore, you may ask? Again, with this carnivore journey, right? I got stalled, but it's easy. Like, sticking to this carnivore diet for me has been easy because it's not complicated. There's not a lot to do or to think about, literally. I don't have to make a lot of food choices. The hardest part of this carnivore journey is the mental, right? When you bump up against things like the scale not moving. Even though I have all these other huge benefits that I have seen, my God, I've lost, I don't know at this point, 13 pounds over the last 9 weeks. So it's still more than a pound a week, which is, healthy weight loss. But after sitting there pondering yesterday about my life and where I was at and, really what I'm facing in the next few months if I don't have a breakthrough with my finances, it's something that I learned years ago in a program that I took with Landmark Education, which is without integrity, nothing works, period. And that's for anything in your life, your health, your relationships, your finances, your work, anything, your car maintenance, home maintenance, you name it, school, you name it. Without integrity, nothing works. And while I feel like I've had integrity with carnivore, I haven't done everything I could do to see why my progress might not be going as quickly as I'd like it to, and why sometimes I still feel bloated at night. Could it be the dairy? So, as I said, I'm cutting out all of the dairy, all of the cheese, and in fact, I'm probably going to cut out all the regular coffee. I am still going to drink the mushroom coffee and see if there's any correlation. You know what? No excuses, y'all. I'm cutting out coffee, dairy for the next week, and I'm just gonna see what happens. No spices other than salt, no sweeteners, no nothing. So I'm gonna have to get up in the morning and drink water or electrolytes. And that's gonna be a huge challenge. All right, I know I'm rambling and I'm probably gonna have to edit some of this out, but I'm just gonna get real for a minute. Probably a little emotional, but it has to happen. I ramble because my brain is cluttered with thoughts and emotions and ideas and to-do lists and all of this stuff. And this is where the eBay reselling circles back in and correlates. As I mentioned, my inventory has taken over my space. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment that I share with my son. And so we have no living room. We have no dining room. I barely have a bedroom because it's literally cluttered with my eBay hoard. That's what it is. It's a hoard. Now, I have absolutely no emotional connection to any of this shit, right? It could all go tomorrow. And the only thing I'd be sad about is the lost revenue potential. I have no attachment to any of it. And so, in creating this channel, I thought my niche, right? Because all the gurus say, in order to be successful on YouTube, you have to have a niche. I thought my niche was going to be how to thrive 60 and beyond. Well, folks, let's just be honest. I'm not thriving. I'm literally knocking on the door of homelessness, like not even joking. If I run out of unemployment and all I have to rely on is my Social Security, I'm screwed. And I don't say that as a sob story. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. This is all something I've done myself by not being prepared, not listening to my dad when I was younger, when he gave me the advice of, you need to plan for your future retirement today. I'm like, I'm a teenager, Dad. I ain't got time to worry about all of that. I wish I would have listened. So I sat down with the help of ChatGPT, not gonna lie, and I literally just vomited everything that I'm dealing with. And I asked ChatGPT to help me make sense of it all. Kind of like a therapist, right? And I'll be damned if that's not what ChatGPT did. It helped me sort through all of the stuff that I'm stuck with. And how can I take that and turn it into something that actually works for me? And it caused me to have this huge breakthrough. And so I'm excited to announce my new series, which is going to be, I don't have the exact name for it, and I don't want to give too much away about it, but it's going to be about overcoming my hoard and how to flip my hoard for profit. And from that series, I'll give you the sneak peek. I'm actually creating a program that will help others work through it in the future. So I'm creating this workbook, and the series is going to be a series of 12 videos, and it may have videos littered in, but the series itself is going to be 12 videos where I document my process of not just working through the hoard of my eBay inventory, but why and how I ended up in this position, right? Because it's not just buying more than you list. There's something mental, right? I just called myself mental. But there's something emotional, mental going on that has people end up there. Procrastination, fear of success, fear of failure. Who knows what that is? I don't know what that is for me just yet. And so I will be rebranding everything. I've got new logos coming. I've got this new series coming. And don't worry, this video, which is still about carnivore, I'm going to document throughout the week my success or not. Let's put it this way, I'm going to document my results. Whether it's successful or not is yet to be seen. And that will be my week 10 update as to my carnivore diet journey. And then we'll get back on track with strictly carnivore for this series. So, with that being said, if you've ever found yourself stuck, stalled, procrastinating, etc., like I said earlier, I'd love to hear from you. How is it impacting your life? For me, I feel like all of the clutter is just a representation of my emotions, right? I'm overwhelmed with all of the decisions that I'm facing in my life. And I mean big ones, you know, like, am I gonna have to find another job? Which I have honestly been unsuccessful in doing, although I haven't done any more than the required, 3 applications a week. And they haven't necessarily been with jobs that I would really want to do anyway, so there's that. And so I feel like if I can tackle the clutter, I will have massive breakthroughs in all areas of my life. And so I want to hear from you. Again, if you are if you can resonate with any of this, I'd love to hear your stories. And I'm going to invite you to stick along for the journey and to watch my upcoming series on, how I turn my hoard into profit. And hopefully that will have me have a financial breakthrough and finally give me some sense of actually being successful in my life. Because for me, my finances kind of feel like the last part of my life that has escaped me, of being able to say, man, I made it. I made it in my career, I will say. I achieved a level of success that I never thought possible in my lifetime. And then when I lost that, I'm not gonna lie, it was devastating. And I kind of was lying to myself maybe, or was delusional that I would be able to replace that income in short order. It's gonna take a lot of freaking work. But you know what? I can do it. I know I can do it. And so I'm just gonna invite you to join me for the journey. And if it's something that you're struggling with, please share it down in the comments. Let's talk about it. One thing I know that I am good at is helping other people get unstuck. I have history after, success after success after success. Oh my God, look at the sunset. I always have to stop and talk about it. I've been very successful helping other people break through their self-limiting beliefs. But I'll be doggone if I can actually say that I'm successful in applying those same principles to myself. And so that's where I'm headed. And I hope that you will join me for the journey. And, the next video that I make is going to be where I actually expose the dirty little secret, right? And just how impactful having my death pile has been on my life, my relationships, just my finances, all of that. It's not a video I want to make, but I have to if I want to have a breakthrough. So I hope that you will join me. And as always, I just thank you. If you've made it this far, God bless you. Because my rambling self was in full force tonight. But thank you for being here. And as always, go live your life full out with passion and purpose and make it a great day. And I hope to see you on my next video. Take care.